Hi, I'm back at the New York Waterways station here in Jersey City, and the reason why I'm starting a fundraiser, or I need to rely on Patreon or a few patrons to help me through the process of getting my novel published. My novel is done. It is already uh, actually published as an ebook on Amazon's Kindle. However, there has been a sea change in the publishing industry, um, so that a novelist or an author would need to do the marketing of their work themselves. So now I need to sell my work or sell myself on Facebook, on Instagram, and all the other platforms on the internet to promote myself and my novel. Um, so I'm taping this for prospective patrons on Patreon, hoping that I will be able to raise funds. I am My resources are pretty limited as it is, and I have had to ask for assistance from social services, and it has been a very rough holiday season this past holiday because they required me to submit papers the for from the IRS indicating that I had not filed taxes for the tax year 2017. But the problem is with the um, budget impasse between the President Donald Trump and the Congress. Um, there has been a partial shutdown, effectively shutting down the IRS since December 22. That is the weekend before the holidays or the weekend before Christmas. And so, because of that shutdown, I could not request I could not, or they could not provide me the documentation which they were requesting for. However, since my application was initiated on the 12th of December, it effectively, well, I was given about a month. They usually give about a month before they finally approve it, and it was approved on the 11th. And so the past couple of days, I've been shopping for food supplies, um, supplies which I was really down to my last few days. Today would have been my last day. Uh, with my food supply would have lasted me only until today, and then I wouldn't have any. But since social services was able to provide me or approve my application, then I am able to shop for food again. However, my situation is very precarious because I don't um, even know whether I would have a place to stay or to live in the next month, within the next month. And so this is the reason why I have to appeal to prospective patrons to help me through this very rough patch um, in order to get my novel published. Um, at least, what I mean published would be in the traditional sense to get it published by a regular publisher with a hard copy, hardbound copy, or um, a paper book, not an ebook or not an electronic book, but a real book that you could buy from Barnes and Noble. And so I am therefore appealing to any patrons out there who might be able to help me through this very rough patch. um, and hopefully I'll be able to weather the storm, because that's what I feel it is. What is very scary for me is that it is winter, and really, if I were to become homeless, I would be out there in the very cold conditions, and um, it is something which I never dreamt I would even be remotely subjected to in my lifetime, or within this lifetime. But I have this, I am uh, in this situation because of my novel, because of the sacrifices I've made just to get my novel published. And hopefully, there's somebody out there, or some of you out there would uh, be interested in assisting and helping um, a struggling novelist, or you know. I have um, I have written the novel. The title of the novel is The Doggone Door. It is about us. It is about who we are. It is actually a murder mystery, except that it doesn't. The story is not told in the traditional sense that a murder mystery is often written. The main characters do not go about trying to figure out um, or trying to solve the mystery of who it was, or who it is that perpetrated the murder or the act of murder, and instead, because of the difficulty of the situation, that they've surrendered themselves to the fact that they'll never get to the bottom as to of who it was that perpetrated the murder. They at least decided that they would want to understand why it was done, or why the um, the person was even murdered. And so, one other thing about the my novel is that it's um, really about our evolution, or about uh, our ascendancy into higher dimensions, because we originally are really higher dimension beings that happen to live three-dimensional lives on this plane. Um, I will provide other videos in the future, because I suppose that this is such a short one, and hopefully I will be able to clarify um, to you uh, what it is that my novel is really, what it is all about. Thank you in advance for anyone who will respond to this, or, or to anyone uh, who would resonate with the intent of my novel. Um, I'll talk to you again soon.